So this is the interface, and you can see right away there's a possibility to import a flight path. So you can see the flight path is made of 13 different points, and each point you have the lat long and the altitude. So there's two targets or two paths imported from SDRN, and you can save them. They become part of the interface, and you can display these passes on the map, and you can do the analysis. So now we're going to start by deactivating part of these radars. So we're going to do radars in that radar analysis. So we have 3 radars to the left, R1, R2, R3. So we can give it a generic name, and you can see all the parameters are locked because they're pre-configured based on the equipment you have. And now you engage the software, and then you do the analysis. So let me explain this a bit more in details. So what you're looking at here is a minimum detection height produced by 3 radars, R1, R2, R3. And these radars are, like I said, pre-configured in the database. You just have to move them around and choose a location, or do site search to find ideal location. And on the left hand side you can see there is an option for legend. And in that legend you can define the colors, the steps that you want. So when you see a blue, the blue value is 500. That means you can detect a drone flying at 500 meters and above. Okay, we can see the boundary of that area. Now as you go further away from the radars, because of the nature of the terrain, your visibility is dropping. So you can see here, for example, the light blue here, the light blue just after the darker blue, it's 700 meters. So you can detect a drone if it's flying above 700 meters, not under. And it's increasing. So here is about 1.5 kilometers height, and then the yellow is 2 kilometers and the red 3 kilometers. So helping you understand where your weak spot is, where you have no coverage. You see here at the bottom of the tail of that target here, there's no coverage at all. You know your radars have no visibility whatsoever. So this function, like you can see, is produced pretty quickly using HTZ Web API in the background. These are the 2 different passes, the 2 targets drones that we imported from the JSON API, and you can analyze. So what the blue, let me explain the blue a little bit. The blue is the flight journey, or the flight path. So you can see the drone here, for example, the second drone, target number 2, was flying low and then went up. Okay, then went down again, and further down went up, and so on. So the vertical axis is the flight altitude. And you can see here we already started producing some analysis. Now the shaded red is actually referring to areas where you have no radar coverage at all. So such as here, that bit here has no coverage at all. So it would be shown as shaded red. And you see here the red curve. That red curve is the minimum detection height extracted from the analysis. So you can see here is when the line goes down, that means your radars are really efficient when the red line goes down, because your minimum detection height is low. And as long as the red is under the blue curve, that means your radar is able to detect the drone. If the red goes above the drone path, that means your drone here is not being detected, because your minimum detection height is higher than the flight altitude. So that's basically what it means. And you can move the cursor around, as you can see here, move the cursor, and you can display on the map and in the graph simultaneously. So you can see where the spot is, exactly that red marker on the map. So you see here standing at the yellow, for example, and it's moving further. So here is where your weak spot is. That's where intrusion can take place, exactly at that spot. And that red area, you can see that's where you actually have no detection happening at all, which could be because of the terrain is blocking signal anyway.